Okay, we are about to get started. We are playing game number 75 in the 2016 Mets replay. It's a game that's played on June 27th against the Washington Nationals. For the Mets, it's going to be Noah Syndergaard. Noah Syndergaard was 14-9 with a 2.60 ERA. He's going to be facing Joe Ross for the Nationals, who was 7-5 with 3.43 ERA. We're going to get started right away. It's going to be Joe Ross pitching to Curtis Granderson, Cabrera, and Yoenis Cespedes. And that's a 6-6. It's going to be off Ross's card. That's a fly ball lifted to center field. Center fielder is Revere. One away. So this is a big game for the Mets. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3-game series against the Washington Nationals right before the All-Star break. Well, about a week and a half before the All-Star break. It's a 3-5. That's going to be off Cabrera's card. A 5 is the line drive into the alley. And cutting it off is Revere around first. And headed towards second is going to be Cabrera, and he's in under the tag with a double. So Asdrubal Cabrera, who is, I have his card here actually. Let's see, let's take a look at how he's doing on the season. Cabrera up to this point is 82 for 280, and that's a 293 average. He has 10 home runs and 29 RBIs. That's Cabrera. So it's about the halfway point in the season, and he hits 23 home runs, so he's pretty much on target. And he bats 280, so he's a little bit above that, but pretty close. And it's going to be Yoenis Cespedes. Now, Yoenis Cespedes is a little bit unique in that he's underperforming. Cespedes is having an issue. And he is batting .234 with 12 home runs and 32 RBIs. And he hit, we're on track. He did bat .280, so he needs to get his batting average up. Batting only .234. We'll see what happens. The Senators, that's true. The Senators are back. I don't know. Did I say the Senators? I don't know. But yes, the Senators are back in the Nats. All right, so anyway, it's going to be Yoenis Cespedes with Asdrubal at second base. It's going to be a 4-9. It's going to be off Ross's card, a 4-9. It's going to be a line drive, and that's hitting to the alley as well, and that's going to roll to the wall. Around third is Cabrera, and into second with a stand-up double is Yoenis Cespedes, an RBI double here in the top of the first inning, and it gives the Mets a 1-0 lead against Joe Ross and the Washington Nationals. Here's the pitch to Neil Walker. It's a 4-5, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3 for the second out. And next it's going to be James Loney. 4-6 again. And that ball is lined base hit, and stopping at third is going to be Cespedes. Getting it in quickly is the center fielder, Revere. So first and third, 2 outs here in the top of the first. The Mets lead at 1-0, and it's Wilmer Flores. Again, 4-9 off. Everything's been off the 4 column on Joe Ross. 4-9, and that's laced into the alley. And that's going to roll to the fence, and around Cespedes scores, and going to third is going to be on a 4-9, and stopping at third is going to be Loney. So that's an RBI double, a 2-out RBI double by Wilmer Flores. Flores is a popular guy in New York. Brandon Nimmo With Wilmer second base, second and third actually. Loney's at third. Flores is at second. 2 outs. And here's the pitch to Nimmo. And it's a 6-4. It's a fly ball lifted to right field. And Harper measures it for the third out. But the Mets pick up 2 big runs. Yeah, right. Sounds good. Pizza's good stuff. All right, so the Mets score 2. We go to the bottom of the first. The Nats are coming to bat. Ben Revere. Noah Syndergaard facing Ben Revere. Now, Noah throws over 100 miles an hour. Sometimes he's been clocked at 125 miles an hour. And that's a 1 off Revere. That's a pop-up. Got under that. And the second baseman, Walker, 1 away. Here's Jason Worth. Jason Worth batted .244 with 21 home runs. And that's a 2-11. It's a ground ball hit right at Walker. And he throws out Worth for the second out. And now it's going to be Bryce Harper. Now, Bryce Harper had a down year compared to his 2015 numbers. He batted .243 with 24 home runs. He did have a .373 on-base percentage. And that's going to be a .210. It's a ground ball back to Syndergaard. And he takes a few steps towards first. And that's 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the second, 2-0 Mets. It's going to be Travis d'Arnaud. It's a 5-5. That's a swing and miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Ross. Joe Ross. Noah Syndergaard. It's a 3-8. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Ross. And now it's the leadoff batter who flied out, Curtis Granderson. He flied out to center in the first inning. It's going to be a 6-4, and that's a fly ball right field. And under it is Harper for the third out. We go to the top of the bottom of the second now. No runs in the top of the second. That's the lead at 2-0. It's going to be Dale Murphy. Actually, Daniel Murphy. Dale Murphy was taking me back into the 70s and 80s. Daniel Murphy, 2-11. That ball is lined and caught by Walker. 1 away. It's going to be Ramos, Wilson Ramos, who batted .307, almost 500 at-bats with 22 home runs. What a season for a catcher. And that's 5-7. That's a ground ball shortstop X. The shortstop is a 2. Cabrera. We rolled a 3, and that's an out. Cabrera makes a nice play and throws out Ramos for the second out. It's Ryan Zimmerman, who had a huge down year, batted .220, 218, 18 doubles, 1 triple, and 15 home runs in 2016, but he rebounded in 2017. Boy, did he rebound. He was leading the league there in home runs and RBIs and batting average for a while. So that's going to be a 5-4. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. First strikeout for Syndergaard. 3 up, 3 down, and now Syndergaard's retired 6 in a row. We go to the top of the third. For the Mets is going to be Asdrubal Cabrera, who doubled in the first inning, Cespedes, and Walker. Here's the pitch to Asdrubal. And that's a 4-6. That's a line drive base hit for Cabrera. Center fields, Cabrera makes a turn. Cabrera is not a threat to steal. Here's Yoenis Cespedes, who doubled in Cabrera, back-to-back doubles in that first inning against Joe Ross. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a 1-2, and that's a fly ball left field. 1 away. High fly ball. And it's going to be Walker. It's a 1-8, and that's a line drive base hit. And Cabrera's going to stop at second base, so it's first and second now. And that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits given up by Joe Ross so far. And it's James Loney. James Loney singled in the first inning as well. So it's first and second, and James Loney, the batter. It's going to be a 4-4, and that's a ground ball. Weak ground ball hit at second baseman Murphy. He's charging and makes the throw just in time for the second out, but both runners move up. And it's Wilmer Flores now. Wilmer Flores doubled home Cespedes. Here's the pitch in that first inning where the Mets scored 2 runs. All right, here's the pitch to Flores, and it's going to be a 3-5, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Fourth strikeout for Ross. Third out. Mets lead 2, and the score after 2.5 is 2-0 Mets. We go to the bottom of the third. It's going to be Anthony Rendon, Tony R., Noah Syndergaard the pitch, and that's swung on and grounded to the shortstop. Cabrera throws him out easily. Danny Espinosa, 5-6, and that's going to be lined for a base hit center field. Espinosa singles. Joe Ross is going to bunt, and that's a successful batters. They don't have by pitch. Successful bunt. Nice play by Syndergaard. 2 out, but Espinosa's on at second. Here's the pitch to the leadoff batter, Revere, who popped up to the second baseman, Walker, in the first inning. That's off Revere's car, and that ball is lined and caught by Walker. Nice catch. And hit right on the nose, but right at the second baseman, Walker for the Mets. Neil Walker. And that's it for 3 innings of play. It's 2-0 Mets going to the top of the fourth. So it's going to be Brandon Nimmo. He flied out to right field to end the first inning. And that's going to be a 5-9. Your 5-9 is swung on and hit deep center field, and back goes the center fielder Revere to the track, to the fence. He looks up, and that's gone. And that's Brandon Nimmo gets a hold of one off of the pitcher's card, and that ball is gone. Now, Joe Ross gave up 9 home runs in 100 innings pitched, so that's 1 every game approximately. 1 every 10 innings pitched. So that's a 3-0 lead now for the Mets. And it's going to be, cards are flying all over the place here. It's going to be Travis d'Arnaud. Ross is hearing some boos here. He's given up 7 hits now. And that's a 2-10 off of d'Arnaud's card, a 2-10. It's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Out number 1, so d'Arnaud strikes out. It's going to be Noah Syndergaard. 3-0 Mets in the top of the fourth, 1-12. It's a ground ball hit right at Murphy. Murphy takes his time, throws him out, and then it's the top of the order. Granderson is 0 for 2. He's flied out twice. Here's the pitch to Granderson. It's off Granderson's card, a 3-6. 3-6 is a hard-hit ground ball right at the shortstop Espinosa. He picks it up and throws to first for the third out. The home run, it's 3 up and 3 down for Joe Ross. But the Mets now lead it by a score of 3-0 going to the bottom of the fourth. In the bottom of the fourth is going to be Jason Worth, Bryce Harper, and then Daniel Murphy. Say 4-5. A 4-5 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's the second strikeout for Syndergaard. 1 away. Bryce Harper now, who had an off season in 2016. That's off Bryce's card, a 3-6. And that's ball 4. So Harper's on at first, and it's going to be Daniel Murphy, who in 2015 had an amazing playoff and World Series run that allowed him to get the big bucks, and he was signed by Washington. Met fans were sorry to see him go, but once he made that decision, you know, they were a little disappointed. And he hears the boos when he comes to Citi Field. Here's Murphy. And that's going to be a 6-8 off Syndergaard's card. A 6-8 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout for Syndergaard. Second out of the inning. And it's going to be Wilson Ramos. Wilson Ramos had a great season in 2016. He batted .307. Here's the pitch from Syndergaard. And it's swung on and missed. So Syndergaard picks up 3 strikeouts here in this inning with a walk sandwiched in between. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. It's 3-0 Mets. And it's going to be Cabrera, who's 2 for 2. Batting here in the top of the 5th against Joe Ross, the Nationals pitcher. And that's a 5-3. That's going to be off Ross. A 5-3 is a ground ball back to Ross. We're going to see if Ross does the right thing. He's a 3 pitcher, and we rolled a 9. And Ross makes a nice flip to Zim, 1 away. So Cabrera's retired. He's 2 for 3 on the day. And now it's Yoenis Cespedes, who's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to Yoenis. It's going to be a 4-6. And that's a line drive base hit for Cespedes. He's 2 for 3 today. He's on at first. And it's going to be Neil Walker. Here's the pitch to Walker. It's a 6-11. It's a fly ball right field X. That's Harper in right field. He's a 2. We rolled a 7. So he should have no problem with this. And he doesn't. Runs it down for the second out. Bryce Harper in right field shows his range. It's James Loney with Cespedes on at first. Cespedes is not a threat to steal. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on and lined, base hit to center field, and hustling around second is Cespedes. He goes to third, so Loney gets a second single of the day. And I'll tell you, Loney's been hitting in all these games. I'm not tracking his stats, but maybe I should. I can always do that at the All-Star break and go back and pick another couple of guys. I'm tracking 4 sets of stats here, and the record, the team record. Not doing any pitching. Okay, so it's first and third, 2 outs, and it's Wilmer Flores. Flores doubled in a run in that 2-run first inning, and he struck out. So here's the pitch from Ross. And that's going to be a 2-9er. A 2-9er is a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Ross picks up his 6th strikeout. And he retires aside. That was a 3, 4, 5. And the Mets leave 2, score none. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 3-0 Mets. Ryan Zimmerman. Here's the pitch from Syndergaard. It's a 2-9. And that's lifted to deep center field. Back goes Cespedes. He's to the track. He looks up, and that's out of here. Home run by Zimmerman. And the score is 3-1 Mets now. Ryan Zimmerman got a hold of one and sent it over the center field wall. And Rendon. Anthony Rendon, a 3-8. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. 5th strikeout for Syndergaard. 1 away now. Danny Espinosa. Espinosa singled in the 3rd. And that's a 1-6. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the 6th strikeout for Syndergaard now. And it's Joe Ross coming to bat. And that's a 6-6. And that's a line drive base hit center field for Joe Ross. Gets a single off the pitcher's card. So with 2 out, Ross is on first. And Ben Revere. Ben Revere batted .217, 9 doubles, 7 triples, and 2 home runs. Had a much better season last season. Say an outstanding outfielder. Has good range, good speed, decent above average base stealer. So it's a 5-7. It's a 5-7. That's a ground ball hit at Cabrera. And that's a 6. Cabrera is a 2. And Cabrera flips to Walker for the force. And that's a 3rd out. But the Nats pick up 1 run on the home run by Ryan Zimmerman. And after 5 innings of play, it's Mets 3 and Nats 1. So in the top of the 6th for the Mets is going to be Nemo, d'Arnaud, and Syndergaard. Joe Ross is pitching to Nemo. And there it is. It's a 3-10. And it's swung on, lifted to center field. Revere coming over, measures it, 1 away. Travis d'Arnaud, who struck out twice in this game. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball hit right at the third baseman, Rendon. Rendon is a 1, so he's a Gold Glove type third baseman, and that's a 16, so that shouldn't be any trouble at all. And it's a 5-3 putout. 2 away now. In the top of the 6th. And it's going to be Syndergaard, Noah Syndergaard. And that's going to be a 4-9. A 4-9 is a line drive base hit for Syndergaard. So Syndergaard's 1 for 3 now. So both pitchers have singles with 2 outs. It's going to be Curtis Granderson. Granderson's 0 for 3, so he's due 1-5. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's the 7th strikeout for Ross. Now we can look at Granderson's numbers. Granderson, let's see, where's his card? All right, here it is. Granderson batted .237 for the season. And in our replays batting .224, he hit 30 home runs. Here he has 14. And RBIs, he had 59. Here he has 30. So he is, right on track to replicate his numbers. He's a little bit low on the batting average, but you never know what can happen with that. Go up a little bit, go down a little bit, and that's what's been happening. So that's the end of the top of the 6th inning. The Mets lead 1, score none. And in the bottom of the 6th, it's going to be Worth, Harper, and Murphy against Syndergaard. Here's the pitch. It's a 2-8. A 2-8 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's Syndergaard's 7th strikeout, 1 away. Harper walked last at bat. He's 0 for 1. And it's a 2-6, and that's ball 4. Harper did have well over 100 walks in 2016. Oh, it does say how many walks he had. He had 108 walks. Thought it was more than that. I was thinking of Bobby Bonds with almost 200 walks. In what, 2002, 2004, or something like that. Okay, so it's Daniel Murphy, the ex-Met, with 1 out, runner on first in a 3-1 game. Mets leading. And it's a 6-4. It's a hard-hit ground ball right to third baseman Flores. Flores is a 4, so nothing good is going to come of that. And that's going to be a 2, and that's through for a base hit. The second is going to be Harper. So Murph is 1 for 3 now. And here's the pitch from Syndergaard to Wilson Ramos. It's a 3-9, and that's a strikeout. 8th strikeout. Second out, and it's Zimmerman. It's a 6-10. That's a fly ball center field. And Cespedes hustling over to get it. And he makes a nice running catch. So Cespedes makes a nice running catch of a well-hit fly to center by Zimmerman for the third out. The Nats leave 2. And at the end of 6, it's 3-1 Mets. We go to the top of the 7th. For the Mets is going to be Cabrera, who's 2 for 3, against Joe Ross. And it's a 4-6. And that's going to be off Ross's card. That's going to be a line drive base hit for Cabrera. 3rd hit of the game. He's got a double and 2 singles. So you're in a Cespedes. There's action in the Nats bullpen. And that's going to be a 2-12. That ball is lined and caught by Murph. 1 away. And that's going to be, we're going to count these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 hits for Ross. So we're going to go into the... we had Rivero. Rivero pitched for the Nationals. And Ross is due up next. So we're going to try to get him to go through this inning. And then we're going to bring in Rivero. Felipe Rivero. So it's Walker now. There's runner on first, Cabrera, and Cespedes lined out. Walker's up. Joe Ross is still in the game for the Nationals. It's a 5-8. A 5-8 is a walk, ball 4. And this is going to be a problem. Johnson, Reynolds, Halsey, and Taylor. Oh, Chris Helsley. Heisey. Chris Heisey. There's another player who played first base. Chris Heisey. All right, that's the first walk given up by Ross. So with runners on first and second, only 1 out. It's going to be James Loney. Loney is 2 for 3. Here's a pitch from Ross. 2-10. Say that ball is lined and caught by Zimmerman. So everything's a line drive here. Ross has given up 11 hits and 2 line drives in this inning, plus a walk. So this is definitely the last inning you'll see Ross. See if you can get by Flores, so don't only have to do a double switch. Because of the situation that it's in, I would have to pull out Zimmerman. Here's the pitch. It's a 6-11, and that's a ground ball back to Ross. And I'm sorry, no, it's not. It's a fly ball. It's lifted to right field, and that's going to be an 18 for the right fielder, Harper. Harper is a 2 in right field, and an 18 is a nice running catch for the third out by Harper. So the Mets leave 2 here in the top of the 7th, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. The Mets lead at 3-1. Okay, it's going to be Rendon, Espy, and the pitcher Ross, and we'll see a pinch hitter. Here's the pitch from Syndergaard. And it's a 5-3. A 5-3 is ball 4. So Rendon's on with a walk. And now it's Espinoza. And it's a 6-9. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice strikeout for Syndergaard. And it's going to be a pinch hitter for Ross. And we're going to see Heisey, Chris Heisey. Here's the pitch to Heisey. It's a 2-5. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. 10 strikeout for Thor. And there's 2 out. Run around first here in the bottom of the 7th. Mets leading 3-1. And the next batter is going to be the leadoff batter, Ben Revere. Here's the pitch. It's 2-3, and that's popped up. Second baseman Walker, he's under it. He waits and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So after the walk, it's 3 up, 3 down. And at the end of 7, it's 3-1 Mets. In the top of the 8th, we're going to see Nimmo, Garneau, and Syndergaard. And the new pitcher is going to be Felipe Rivero. And he was 1-6 with a 4.9 ERA. 77 innings pitched. Here's the pitch to Brandon Nimmo, who is Nimmo hit a home run. He's 1 for 3. And that's a 6-5. A 6-5 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Rivero. Travis d'Arnaud, he's 0 for 3. Struck out twice and grounded out. 1-7. And that's ball 4. Noah Syndergaard is going to bunt. That's a 9. That may be a sacrifice. Batter is safe, so it's not. It's a fielder's choice. And that's a 2nd out. And it's going to be Granderson. Granderson, who's 0 for 4. He's in a pretty deep slump. He was 8 for his last 40, and with this game, he's 8 for his last 44. So he hasn't gotten a hit in a long time. So here's the pitch from Rivero. And it's swung on by Granderson and grounded to the first baseman, Zimmerman, who takes it himself unassisted for the 3rd out. So Granderson's difficulties continue, and after 7.5, it's 3-1 Mets. In the bottom of the 8th inning, it's going to be Worth, Harper, and Murphy. Here's the pitch, and it's 3-5. And that ball is lined and caught by Walker. Beautiful catch of a line drive by Walker for the second baseman for the Mets. Harper now, Bryce Harper. Noah Syndergaard looks in for the sign. He sets and he deals. And it's swung on and grounded to the second baseman. Walker with plenty of time throws him out. And now it's Daniel Murphy. Daniel Murphy's 1 for 3. He singled his last at bat. Here's the pitch from Syndergaard. It's a 3-5, and that swung on and hit up the middle and through to center field for a single. So Murphy gets his second hit, a single up the middle, and it's Wilson Ramos. There's action in the Mets bullpen, and it's 2-12. 2-12. It's a pop-up to the right side, and that's Walker. Calls everybody off, makes the catch. The Nats strand 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. The score is 3-1 Mets. We go to the top of the 9th. It's going to be Cabrera, Cespedes, and Walker. Rivero's still in there for the Nats. Here's the pitch to Cabrera. Cabrera is 3 for 4. And that's a 1-6. And that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Rivero. And Cespedes is 2 for 4. Here's a pitch to Cespedes. That's a 3-8. A 3-8 is a hard hit ground ball right at the shortstop, Espinosa. And he throws out Cespedes for the second out. And it's Walker now. Neil Walker. Neil Walker's 1 for 3 and walked his last time at bat. Here's the pitch from Rivero. And it's 4-7. And that's ball 4. So Walker's on with a walk. And next is Loney. Loney's 2 for 4. Here's the pitch to Loney. It's 1-7. And that's a pop-up to the right side. Zimmerman calls it in foul territory for out number 3. The Mets lead 1 here in the top of the 9th. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, leading by 2 runs, 3-1. In the bottom of the 9th, it's going to be Zimmerman, Rendon, and Espinosa. And the Mets are going to call on the services of the ace closer, Juris Familia, who's been blowing save after save on a nightly basis. He was 3 and 4 with a 2.55 ERA and 51 saves. He's going to replace Noah Syndergaard in the bottom of the 9th inning against Zim, Rendon, and Espinosa. Zimmerman is 1 for 3. He hit a home run back in the 5th inning, a solo shot. And he's going to lead off against Familia. Now, Noah Syndergaard gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits and 3 walks. He struck out 10 in 8 innings pitched. And he allowed only 1 run. So he had a heck of a game, and that 1 run was the Zimmerman home run. So Noah Syndergaard, 4, pitches a masterpiece, 8 innings of masterpiece baseball. Okay, here's the pitch from Juris Familia. And Zimmerman, takes ball 4. So Zimmerman, the tying run is now at the plate. So Familia comes in and immediately walks the first batter. And it's going to be Anthony Rendon. Here's the pitch. And that's off Familia's card, a 6-6. And that ball is lined and caught by Walker. 1 away. Espinosa. Danny Espinosa, who's 1 for 3. He's still been struck out twice. Here's the pitch. And it's off Espinosa's card. It's a 2, and that's a good column for Espinosa. A 2-7. We move down, and that's lined and base hit for Espinosa. Over to second goes Zimmerman. So it's first and second now. And it's going to be the pitcher slot. And we're going to bring in Taylor. Michael Taylor is going to bat. Taylor 4. Izzy 4. Ross. And that was the bottom of the 7th. This is the bottom of the 9th, and it's Taylor for Rivero. Now, Taylor's stats are deceiving because he had only 200 at bats, but he hit 7 home runs, so he definitely has power. He has a home run at split die 1-16, number 9 on a 1 column, and he's got good speed. Batted .231 with 11 doubles, 0 triples, and 7 home runs. So it's going to be Michael Taylor. And that was an A, and now Taylor's a B. We're going to put that in the box. And here's the pitch from Familia to Taylor. Runners on first and second, only 1 out. The Mets lead it 3-1. And that's going to be a 5-7. A 5-7 is a line drive base hit single. And the bases are now loaded. Zimmerman's going to stop at third. So Michael Taylor pinch hits a single off Familia's card. 5-7 is a single in between lots of strikeouts. So the bases are loaded. Mets are leading 3-1. In the bottom of the 9th, there's only 1 out here, and it's going to be Ben Revere. Ben Revere batted .217 with 9 doubles, 7 triples, and 2 home runs. Exactly. This is crazy. So the only way we can check and see on, let me see. Let me quickly look at so I can learn a little bit more about Washington and pull the pinch hitters that I should for Washington, give them a better opportunity. Washington right here. Next game, let's see who Washington uses as a pinch hitter. They got Clint Robinson. That's the guy who played first base. Clint and Stephen Drew. Okay. So those are the 4 main guys. Clint Robinson, Stephen Drew, Michael Taylor, and Chris Heisey. So once I get those 4 guys under my belt, then I'll know. Because most teams are carrying 4 guys on their bench. From what I'm seeing, 4 or 5 guys the most. So once I learn those guys, and I know all these guys. So let's look at Stephen Drew. Batted .266 with 11 doubles, 1 triple, 8 home runs. And Clint Robinson batted .235 with 5 home runs. All right, so we're going to let Ben Revere. Okay, we're going to bring in Stephen Drew to. Do we have another center fielder? Yes, Michael Taylor. Okay, good. Yeah, we're going to bring in Stephen Drew to pinch hit for Ben Revere. In the bottom of the 9th. Okay, here's the pitch to Drew from Familia. Now, Drew batted .266, and I said this already, 11 doubles, 1 triple, and 8 home runs in 140 at-bats. So he would have, a full season would have seen him hit 32 home runs. So he's got good power. He's got a home run in the second column at 8 and split die at 9. So you don't want to roll a second column here. And it's a 6, so it's off of Familia's card, a 6-7, and that's ball 4. So Familia walks in a run here. The bases are now loaded, and that's a pinch hit walk by Stephen Drew. This is crazy. 6-7. I can't believe it. Okay, so the score now is 3-2. There's still only 1 out. The infield is in for the Mets, and it's Worth coming to bat. Jason Worth, who batted .244 with 28 doubles, no triples, and 21 home runs. And he's going to face Juris Familia. This is crazy. Mets infield is in now. Juris looks in for the sign. Can't seem to get it, and Worth calls time. Steps out of the box. So it's a 3-2 game, bases loaded, bottom of the 9th. Washington Senators have Jason Worth at the plate. There's only 1 out. Mets infield is in, and it's Juris Familia, the closer extraordinaire for the Mets, who is not being so extraordinaire. Here's the pitch from Familia, and it's swung on and grounded right at Cabrera. Let's see what that turns out to be. The infield is in, so it's going to be a 2. And it's a 2, and that ball is through for a base hit. And that's going to score the tying run. And they're going to wave Michael Taylor around, and we're going to have to roll for Taylor. He's coming to the plate. Here's the throw, and Taylor is safe for the winning run. So it's a walk-off by Jason Worth. Wow, Familia just is in shock. This has happened 3 out of the last 4 games where Familia has blown a save. It's a run single by Worth that scores Espinosa at third, and Michael Taylor from second. The throw was late, and the game is over. The Nats score 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to beat the Mets by a score of 4-3. An unbelievable turn of events, a game that Syndergaard had in his pocket. Familia came in to take care of the 9th inning, and it was a walk to Zimmerman, a line drive by Rendon that was caught, a hit by Espinosa, and another single by Taylor, the pinch hitter. Then it was Stephen Drew who walked, and that forced in Zimmerman, making it 3-2. And up came Worth with the bases loaded, the infield in, and he stroked a hard grounder up the middle that with the infield in, nobody could get to, and that allowed Espinosa to score, and the third base coach waved Taylor, who has tremendous speed, and he scored, and that's the ball game. Wow, a shocker. Familia gets the loss. And that was game 75. The Mets now fall to 40-35. Got to take down the stats for the Mets, and that's all she wrote. Mets game. Take care now.